Well, CoastLife, we chat with our friends from our radio stations all the time because they always have really cool stuff going on. We've got Steve Mons with Big 107.7 joining us on the CoastLife couch once again, and we are heading into Memorial Day weekend, and you guys are celebrating with some tunes.
We are. We're celebrating with all sorts of fun things on each of our radio stations. Everybody's doing something different.
Well, so what are we getting into this weekend?
Well, first and foremost, Big 107.7. I do the morning show there. We are doing a block party weekend.
Fun.
Blocks of your favorite artists, songs you don't hear normally during the regular course of your day. We play them all weekend long, and actually our sister station, The Beach, is doing the same thing.
Nice.
Which seems like a great way if you're getting together with a bunch of people, you just toss that on.
You don't have to worry about the music.
Put it out on the back porch, you're good, you got blocks of music that everybody's going to love.
It's kind of like if you had your own playlist, although we're doing it for you, so it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, you're taking the effort out from my day, you're taking care of that part.
That you don't have to worry about all weekend long.
Fantastic.
And then Coast Country is doing something really fun. If you like country music, they are doing a then and now.
Ooh.
So they'll play like a song from an artist that just came out today, but then what's something they did way back when.
Nice.
So it's then and now.
That's fun. That's kind of cute because, I mean, country singers have a pretty long career a lot of the time, so it's kind of fun to do the back and forth.
And you see how they've changed over the years. And then the Duck is doing something even better. I know you're going to love this. We're doing a one-hit wonder weekend.
Yes.
All those artists that had one hit and then like, who? Where'd they go?
And the trivia question answers, where they're like, who sang this song? And you're like, oh, I don't know. I can think of the
lyrics
tune.
are burned into my brain, but I couldn't tell you,
Who was that?
Who was that? So it might be a good time if you're a trivia player to tune into the Duck so that you can write some of those answers down. And then what is 102.5 up to?
102.5 is doing, well, you probably love this. It's the summer mixtape. The Sun-Kissed Summer Mixtape.
Somebody may have had a hand in that once upon a time in building the Sun-Kissed Summer Mixtape.
It wasn't me.
Nope.
So lots of fun and lots of ways that people can listen because maybe we are a little bit out of someone's listening area, one of those stations, so they can tune in online too, right?
Absolutely. All of our stations are streaming, and you can check them out online. There are free apps in the App Store. Just look up any of the stations. And I always say you turn your phone into a radio.
Yeah,
it's just that simple.
So, Steve, for you, what goes into some of these things? Like, how do you decide what you're going to curate, how you're going to curate it? What is that process like?
It's just all about fun and finding different ways to package the music. And that's, we've all heard these songs 1,000 times, but when you put them in a different context, all of a sudden, oh, okay, I can't wait to hear the next one.
Yeah.
And so it's really just kind of refreshing everything.
It's kind of another form of storytelling, really.
Very true, yeah. This is our job.
Yeah.
That's what I do. For most people, music is, it's there. And I have my favorites, but it's nice to turn people on to other sons and songs maybe they haven't heard in a while.
Exactly. And you've got some features built into your morning show that do that every day, not just for your themed weekends.
Yeah, that's one of the things like I do inside the recording studio where I tell stories about how the songs came about. And in today's world, I've got more access to find out those stories. And some of these aging rock stars, they're old enough now where they don't mind telling the stories.
They started to share the things that were happening way back when.
Behind the scenes that you didn't know about because they didn't have phones back then.
I know you guys also have a big announcement coming up on Tuesday, and I don't know how much of it you can share with us.
Yes, I've been sworn. I had to go through a debriefing before I left. All I can say is it's a magical announcement. A very magical summer is coming.
Okay,
that's all I can say.
A little crumb for you, so you know you have to tune in and listen.
My interest is piqued. I need to know what it is. I'm going to have to pay attention on Tuesday because otherwise I'm going to miss it. So make sure you do that as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Especially if you have kids or grandkids or even just yourself.
Young at heart.
Yes, young at heart.
There you go, young at heart. Okay, so we got Steve to say a little bit more.
Yeah, I probably gave away more than I was supposed to, but that's all right.
And if Steve is missing on Tuesday, you'll know why. He gave away just a little too much.
Oops.
And another fun thing that you guys do collectively as the radio team here with Draper Media, you guys have a podcast, and it's really fun to kind of pull the curtain out and see what's going on behind the scenes. What are some of the things you guys talk about on Out of the Bag?
Out of the Bag is great. We just had our 1-year anniversary.
Nice.
And we started it off as just kind of a goof, and we didn't know if anybody was going to listen, but it's totally taken off. And what I do is I find 3 questions each week, and I pull 3 questions out of a bag, and then we do a roundtable discussion. And it's folks you see on TV. I know, Leah, you've been on, folks who are on the radio. And it gives you some insight into really what people are thinking, more so than what you just get on what we do, our regular programming.
And I love the long form that is a podcast. You really get to get into a discussion. You really get to lay back, kind of peel a few layers back of that onion, and you don't have to worry about time. You can just kind of take it wherever the conversation is going, which is great.
We try to limit it to 30 minutes, which we think is an acceptable amount of time for folks to listen to our kind of weird questions. But the questions are the best part, because that shows a little bit of insight into more of the personalities that we have.
Yes. So where can people find that podcast?
You can find it on any of our radio station websites as a podcast page, or wherever you find podcasts. Just search for Out of the Bag.
Perfect.
And it's there, and there's actually 55 episodes, so you can go back and start listening from the very beginning.
There you go. Well, Steve, thank you so much for coming in today and chatting about what's going on with all of our radio stations and friends, and kicking off Memorial Day weekend and kicking off summer.
Absolutely, and we're going to have you two on the podcast soon.
Anytime.
Very soon.
Cannot wait for that. So we'll let you know when that happens. But we do have some more Coast Life to get to. We're spilling some drama when we get back.